Is defensive coordinator Wink Martindale under fire with the New York Giants? Ed Valentine of Big Blue View here with your Valentine's views on YouTube for Tuesday. Please like, share, and subscribe to support the content here on our channel. All right, let's talk about Martindale a little bit. Giants gave up 640 yards to the Dallas Cowboys on defense on Sunday. Now, listen. The Giants are undermanned. Traded Leonard Williams to the Seattle Seahawks a couple of weeks ago. Adoree Jackson didn't play. Deontay Banks and Cordale Flott both left the game with injuries. So the Giants were severely undermanned to start the game, and the situation got worse and worse through attrition during the game. But you have to wonder about Martindale with some of the things that have gone on the last couple of weeks. First was the issue with Xavier McKinney 2 weeks ago. McKinney, out of frustration, saying that he didn't feel like leaders were being heard. And I'm not sure that that's really the case or not. But what was really interesting, and former Giant Lawrence Tynes pointed this out on his own podcast, which I believe is called the Blue Rush Podcast with beat writer Paul Schwartz and others. But Tynes, obviously former NFL player, said that coaches never do what Wink Martindale did to Xavier McKinney. Wink Martindale stood in a press conference last week and basically called out Xavier McKinney, basically talked about McKinney having hurt Martindale's feelings, how this had never happened in his career, how no one else in the locker room that he spoke to felt this way. He basically singled McKinney out, and whether he's right or not, you have to wonder if Brian Daboll, Giants head coach, who keeps everything in-house, who doesn't let any of that stuff spill out into public view, if he can at all help it, you have to wonder if Brian Daboll was unhappy with Martindale being so public and so forthright in his comments. Fast forward to Sunday, and of course, the Giants behind 28-0 at one point late in the first half, having surrendered 4 touchdowns, having given up all kinds of yardage, having shown no clue how to slow down Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Animated conversation that started between Daboll and Martindale prior to halftime. Looked like those two were still having discussions after halftime as the team emerged for the third quarter. Martindale did move away from his pressure heavy, man heavy defense somewhat in the second half at times, but you have to wonder if there's some friction between Daboll and Martindale. I don't know that for a fact, but it's definitely something worth monitoring, considering the situation with McKinney and Martindale's very public reaction to it. You also have to wonder at this point about his relationship with players. I don't want to say that, and it didn't appear to me that the Giants quit on Martindale Sunday against the Dallas Cowboys. I don't want to say that at all, but it is, I think, worth monitoring for the rest of the season. The relationship between Daboll and Martindale, the relationship between Martindale and the Giants players. The Giants have played some good defense in recent weeks with the last 2 weeks against the Raiders and the Cowboys. The Giants sort of slipped backward after a few weeks of playing pretty well on the defensive side of the ball. How well the Giants play on defense the rest of the season, and the interactions between Daboll and Martindale are going to be worth monitoring. I have said many times and will continue to say that I believe Brian Daboll will be back next year unless there's a complete and total implosion of the locker room pointed at him, which I do not think is going to happen. I do believe that there will be changes on the Giants coaching staff. If there is tension or friction between Martindale, longtime defensive coordinator, longtime successful NFL assistant coach, and if the defense continues to struggle over the next few weeks, it's fair to wonder, I think, if Martindale will be back next year. There will be changes on the Giants coaching staff. Daboll can't bring back this coaching staff in its entirety, not the way that this season has gone. And I think the situation with Martindale, while I'm not going to sit here and predict that Martindale will lose his job at the end of the season, I think that it bears monitoring over the final 7 games of the 2023-2024 season. All right, Giants fans, that's it for today. Just a quick show for you to chat a little bit about the Martindale situation. Thank you, as always, for listening. Please stay safe out there, take care of each other, and we'll talk again soon. Bye-bye.